So today we're talking about Elon Musk's SpaceX and airplanes. Now look, I know that's a very weird combination, but where am I going with this? Well, I live in Sydney, Australia. Let me just start the story from the start, right? If I was to travel to Los Angeles in America, it would take me about 14 hours. We're talking about a long time, but hang on. I haven't finished yet. Let me just blow your mind for a second, all right? I don't know where you live on Earth, but God, when it comes to us Aussies needing to travel, gosh, it's not fun. If I, living in Sydney, Australia, was to go visit London, England, do you have any idea how long it would take me to do just that? How long would my trip be? Any guesses? Sydney to London town. How long would it take? Let me show you right now. It would take me about 24 hours. 23 hours and 10 minutes, but it has one stop. It's plus one stop, right? You'd be transferring, right? By the time you get to, for example, Sydney Airport to go travel to London, you get to the airport maybe 2-3 hours before. You check in all your bags, and then going to this extra stop. It could be usually Hong Kong, somewhere in China, something like that. Okay. By the time you're at your destination, it is 24 hours. All right. You've wasted a whole day traveling from one place to another. Fuck. So Elon Musk basically wants to use rockets instead of airplanes. Now this is not a new concept. Well, it is a new concept from him, but this was announced maybe 2018 roughly. But a lot of you guys haven't heard about this, right? So I'm on the actual SpaceX website and imagine, look, I want to show you this in a second, but imagine going to the airport, all right? You're not going to the airport for airplanes though, you're going to the rocket airport. And you're going to get a rocket to your destination on the other side of the earth. And instead of taking, I don't know, 24 fucking hours, it's going to take you, get ready, 30-40 minutes. Wow. I want to talk to you guys about this today. And we're going to be showing you Elon Musk's SpaceX's actual video. We're talking about it, right? So this is their actual website. I'm not going to read much from this, but this is a quick little thing, right? The view of Earth, it is absolutely spectacular. And the feeling of looking back and seeing your planet as a planet is just an amazing feeling. It's a totally different perspective, and it makes you appreciate actually how fragile our existence is. That's got look for a second. That's got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it's pretty information. It's pretty information. Once you're up there, you see how pretty our civilization is. Now, look, I'm not going to read any more from that, but I'm going to just quickly show you the video in a second. Actually, I will just quickly show you this. This Dragon vehicle uses Draco thrusters. You guys see that? Draco thrusters? So basically, this guy will help you out in space. Just letting you know, in case you wanted to know. There he is. All right? Now that you know that, there's this video that we're going to show you in a second. But, Earth to Earth transportation. This is interesting. This is a big one, right? So with Starship and Super Heavy rockets, thruster, what's it actually called? I don't know, but Super Heavy, most international long distance trips would be complete in about 30 minutes or less. Wow. In addition to vastly increased speed, one great benefit of traveling in space outside of Earth's atmosphere is the lack of friction. That's why porn stars use lubrication. Lack of friction. All right? Lack of friction as well as turbulence and weather, right? There's no turbulence. Well, there wouldn't be much turbulence right up there kind of thing, right? There's hardly any friction, right? There's a lot of, basically there's a lot of lube in space, okay? Now imagine most journeys taking less than 30 minutes with access to anywhere in the world in an hour or less. Wow. If they ever do this, which Elon Musk is on a pretty good track record of building things at the moment. In fact, we did a video the other day of this new Vegas tunnel system that he's building. There may be a pop-up somewhere on the screen, there may not be, I don't know, and this light's gone off for some reason. But yes, check that out, we did a video on it, okay? Now, if I was to click on this, hey presto, I've already clicked on it. This is just a quick bit of information. If anyone wants to read that, then please do, regarding this situation, but other situations as well. I think we can change the image. There we go, look at that. Ooh, pretty. Super heavy, so there we go, that's super heavy. Payload, wow. So we're going to show you this video pretty much right now, but there's a quick snippet of a satellite getting ejected. All right, basically the penis-looking rocket is ejecting its sperm-looking load everywhere out in space. And that's another problem. Outer space is becoming hugely populated with space debris. We have done a video about this a while ago as well. There is so much space debris in space right now. It's becoming hugely overcrowded because this space junk pretty much just keeps going around and around and around space. How do I say it? It goes around our planet Earth, right, constantly. Now, sometimes it will go and burn up in our atmosphere, and that's great. Most of, probably 99.9% of the stuff that we send up there gets burned up. Some of it, very small percentage, actually lands on Earth, which is not good, you know. But most of it gets burned up, right, in the atmosphere, which is awesome. The more that happens, the less space junk there'll be up, happening up there. How do I say it? Right. There was an issue the other day. Did you guys hear about this in the news? Right. The International Space Station, I believe, was hit by a very small piece of space junk. Now, there are systems in place from NASA, for example, that track a lot of these space junks, right? They track their existence and they know the trajectory of where this thing's actually going, so they can kind of position their spacecraft and satellites away from the actual potential problem, right? But I mean, there are a lot of smaller pieces of things that you can't track, right? So we as a civilization who are clearly heading to space, we need a way to get rid of these space junks. And I think we will in time. But we don't really know how to do it. We don't really have the technology to do it right now. So, and especially now with Elon Musk's internet, SpaceX satellites that are going, like he's sending up thousands of satellites, right, to basically bathe the Earth with internet. So anyone, you know, in a shitty country, I'm not naming any names, okay? You didn't hear me say anything because I didn't say anything, all right? If you live in a shitty country with no internet access, or an amazing country like America, there are a lot of areas in America that have shitty internet access, right? You could utilize SpaceX's new space satellites that beam internet really, really fast low latency internet, right? But that's a problem, right? All that going into space is causing space junk eventually, because eventually those satellites will will die and just keep going around Earth. Look, it's a long story, but we're going off the topic for some reason. But this is the video of SpaceX's plan to send us anywhere on Earth at any point in time. Before we do that, okay, I will show you this later. Can you guys remind me to show you this later? I'll put that over there. There we go. Okay. Here's the video. Let's watch it together. I'll remove the volume so then YouTube isn't giving me a copyright strike, right? Oh, hang on. We'll go to the start and we'll push that over there so you guys can see it a bit better. There we go. So this is starting our trip, right? We're in New York City and we're basically needing to travel to, where, Shanghai? New York to Shanghai. Distance, there we go, 7,000 miles, 39 minutes. Wow. So in this hypothetical situation, which Elon hopes to build, right, you're getting on this boat, and this boat takes you to this man-made dock just out of New York City, right? Obviously you want to be far away in case you die, because then your rocket gets, you know, bang, and then all the buildings go up near it, right? How safe will this technology be? I don't know, but there it is right there. There's you potentially going to Shanghai on this rocket, going into space, and then quickly landing back to Earth again. Wow. I mean, this is amazing technology. So there's that booster rocket going back. It's obviously reusing the rocket. Otherwise, if you don't do that right, it's a lot more money. You know, we're talking about, you know, $500,000, $1 million, I don't know. So 27, what was that? I just missed that. 27,000. Maximum speed, 27,000 kilometers per hour. That's awesome. That's how you're getting there so quick, right? And there it is, landing in a offshore, Shanghai base, right? 39 minutes later, flight time, 39 minutes from New York to Shanghai. That is absolutely crazy. So have a quick look at this, right? Hong Kong to blah, blah, blah. Just keep reading them. See all the minutes. Bangkok to Dubai. I mean, this is potentially how fast we could make it. Wow. I will slow that down in a second. Don't worry, I will. Most long distance trips less than 30 minutes. That's crazy. Hi there. Anyone on Earth in under an hour. Crazy. Now, quickly go back to that again, and we're going to make that a little slower for you guys. Hang on. There we go. Can you guys see? Okay. Boom. London to Dubai. I'm just pausing it, stopping and starting all the time. So if you guys want to read that, wow, it's going really quick. But they're talking about Sydney a few times there. Sydney to Johannesburg, wow. Sydney to Dubai, 40 minutes. Los Angeles to Adelaide, wow. So there's obviously a lot of Australian talk going on there. Wow, New York City to Sydney, 49 minutes. That's crazy. Sydney to Zurich, wow. Yep. So going back to this little diagram I just showed you before, where is it? So this is it here, right? Make that a little bigger and push it over there so you guys can read it a bit better. All right. So Los Angeles to New York City, that's the distance, right? 3,900 kilometers kind of thing. It would take a commercial airliner 5 hours and 25 minutes to do it, but with Starship 25 minutes. Now let's go to the longest one they have. The longest one is London to Hong Kong, right? That's a distance of 9,648 kilometers. It would usually take 11 hours and 50 minutes by commercial airplane, but with Starship it would take 34 minutes. Wow. Wow. I'm just saying, okay? So there's a quick little thing. If you guys want to, pause that and read that, then please do. But what would you do if they brought this technology out and the price to do this was roughly the same as an airplane ticket from your destination to where you live, kind of thing? If it was roughly the same, would you do it, knowing the potential risks that if your rocket explodes, then you fucking explode too? All right. Would you do it? I would absolutely give it a go. I'm sure people back 100 years ago, when the Wright brothers brought out the airplane, thought, God, this will never take off. But it sure did. Pun intended. It took off big time, right? We now have airplanes everywhere. So this could be the new Wright brothers situation. Would you go on a rocket somewhere? Let me know in the comments down below. Guys, we're making daily videos here and sometimes videos there. All right? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, @TallBoyGareth. Every single day, videos, guys. Come join us. We're talking about absolutely everything. Unboxing, reviews, science, technology, and trending topics. Blah, blah, blah. Do your thing. Now you can see it. Now you can't. Oh, now you can't. There we go. No junk mail. Bye-bye.